This is like centuries old form of art and expression that people have been doing in many, many ways and many canvases. And of course, there are different styles and everything. For me, it has always been a way I feel it helps to align myself. The first part is always creating the grid, which I say is the time when my brain gets engaged with what I'm creating. The second stage is where I start creating the patterns, and as they come to life, my hands get connected to it, my eyes make contact with a sheet of paper, and so that's where the body gets aligned. And then the part of coloring happens, where I believe is the soul that speaks its language. And usually it's never done in one sitting. It's something I like to do over time and not rush it. Because the whole joy of creating something is letting it also be created by you. It's not a power game where you have to do this or this is the way you do it. Because creativity is tapping into the flow. And when you are the flow yourself, when you are fully aligned, your body, mind, and soul, then that what gets created is flow itself. So the pressure gets taken out. Time is not an issue. How it looks is not an issue. Because truly, the creation of mandala is not to impress anyone or to make people say it's amazing. It's a communication. It's your own journey within. It's the way you open up the world that is within you, locked in, unseen, and one day at a time, one line at a time, you go within. It's so important to be kind with yourself. I think that's the art of mandala, which teaches me to be kind towards myself, is to not judge what I'm creating, because the grid itself is holding the pattern. So it's not like I'm going to fall or I wouldn't know what to do, because the lines of the grid will always hold me. And sometimes I use the lines, sometimes I break free from the lines. It's really up to how, in that moment, my soul wants to communicate with me and what lesson is it going to bring to surface. The art of mandala also helps to enhance your hearing, the voice that you hear within yourself that some might think is a completely crazy thing. But for me, that voice is something that keeps me going. It really excites me. It's like, what is it going to say today? And over and over time, I've tried it and I've experimented. I've tried to fight it and resist this voice that comes from within me as I draw. Just to kind of understand, just to make my brain work through that, is it really real? And over again, it has made itself so clear that I can now know that the voice is not coming from anywhere. It is the voice of my soul. It is how I connect to the world. It is the connection that helps me see calmness in chaos, see beauty in darkness, see the realness when everything around me is fake. See that what is permanent when some say it's temporary. For you know what? The voice actually always makes me challenge myself as to what is it that I see through my eyes and what is it that I feel through my heart, and how can I bring it closer? How does the journey between the two happen and the connection that builds, and how can we align them together? How can that what we see and that what we feel be one? How can that what we do be exactly what we want to do rather than doing it for the sake of being appreciated or being seen or whatever it is? It's being transparent also. I've always dreamt of being like water, because water can choose to be dirty and so you can't see the bottom surface. But when everything settles, it's so clear, even though that it has sand that sits within, but the sand being heavy settles down and all you see is the clarity of water, the light as it reflects, on water. And so for me, the art of Mandala helps me get one step closer every time to my own voice, to acknowledge, embrace, and just accept that that voice is the only real thing I have in my life. I have fought it many times. Like I said, I have resisted it. But the truth is, it has always stayed with me. It has helped me reminding that there is more to me than what the eye meets, and that more is coming from beyond the world. Is something people might not see or understand or even, acknowledge at times, but then it was never meant for people, it was meant for me. But this acknowledgement has only happened because over and over and over, creating a mandala, I've broken all the walls of my ego and allowed myself to just be here in the now.